What the fuck is Krahm? What's the Knights of Krahm? What the hell is that? Well, might be difficult to explain, it might be easy to explain, but I'll try and get through it. Very simply, I was at a point in my life where my belief systems were questioned. The life I was living was, how could I explain that? I did explain it quite a bit on my earlier videos, like from last year, at the beginning of this YouTube page. I got into it in depth of how that came about. But, to make a long story short, I had to reinvent myself. Let me straighten out that camera there. I had to basically reinvent myself. And basically what I did is I started with, okay, if I have to start from the very beginning, like basically like almost like a newborn, starting at 2 years old again. Who do I want to be? What am I going to believe in? But most importantly, when I look in the mirror, I want to like what I see, So I figured out, okay, well, what's that going to take for me to be able to achieve that? Because for me, it was like, it was a new beginning. And okay, well, if I got to start from the beginning, let's do this fucking right. And let's start with, with that. So then that's how we arrived at our 12 commandments. And as I was writing them down, I says, these seem like, like the 10 commandments of Jesus Christ, right? I said, well, it can't be Jesus Christ. I'm not really a believer in God, but, I believe that God is possible. So while I'm writing these down and, trying to figure everything out, I started reminding me of Jesus Christ and the 10 commandments. I said, well, I can't have 10. I gotta have 12, So I did 12. And, which I'll, go through, each one a little later. And then, but I'm starting to think, okay, well, I'm not really believing in Jesus Christ. I don't really believe in God, but I do believe anything is possible. So maybe there is, but it's not what I really, really believe deep in my heart. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create my own God. So that's what Krahm represents. Krahm is a god, and I was reminded that from a movie, Conan the Barbarian. Krahm was his god who sat on top of the mountaintop. So I came up with, his the character Krahm as a god, and these were the 12 commandments that he was, giving me and stuff like that. So that's how that kind of came to be. Yeah. So let me take a drink of my first keto meal. So where was I? Yeah, so let's go over the 12 commandments. These are basically, there's nothing religious in nature about them. They're just, I'll just go through them and we'll just take it one step at a time. So the first commandment I came up with was don't lie to yourself. This is probably the most important one of everything because it's the key to everything. If you don't lie to yourself, just think about what that statement means. We lie to ourselves 1,000 times a day. At first it was extremely difficult. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is really hard, but you practice at it, and eventually it just comes like breathing, right? And before you know it, the worst thing you do is lie to yourself. It's like little splinters in your mind that build up. So, anyways, extreme, the most important thing. Keep things balanced between giving and taking is the second one. This is all about keeping what's balanced inside of you, because if you're a really giving person and you're always giving, it's just by nature, you're giving and giving and giving and giving, and not that you have to expect anything in return, because you want to give and expect anything in return, but it's only human nature to start feeling resentful because life's not giving you anything back, or someone's not giving that back. So give yourself permission to be selfish, all right? Very important. Very, very important. Satisfy your needs is the third one. We all have wants and needs, but it's the needs that are important. You have to stand on, what do you need? Whatever it may be, you have to figure that out for yourself. And it's really important that you satisfy those. You know, it's your body, your mind's telling you that you need something from a conscious level, from a physiological physiological, you know, that's the word I'm looking for. Don't worry, the more videos I do, the better I'll get at speaking. Your mind and your body are telling that you need something, whatever it is. Well, you need to give your body what's telling you it needs. Give your mind what it needs. You know, hopefully not at the cost of someone else's suffering, hopefully. But at the end of the day, you still have to address those needs and figure what they are, and confronting them, and you know, making those needs happen. Where are we at now? Fourth commandment: be accountable. You know, if you're accountable, you'll never be looking over your shoulder, and you'll never be running from anything. You know, you'll be able to plant your feet solid in all directions. You know, it's pretty liberating doing that. Fifth commandment: keep your word as best you can. You know, that's just a character builder. You know, just keep your word as best you can. You know, I don't think I need to elaborate much more on that. You know, but sixth commandment: integrity. Well, the 12 commandments are my code. You know, you have to write your own code, you know, and stand by it, you know. And when your belief system has been challenged, you know, be open-minded enough to realize, okay, well, maybe I need to change something. You know, we need to acknowledge that, you know. All of our belief systems do get challenged, you know, whether it be religion or how we see the world. And once you've believed in that, you know, like, stand by it, you know. Loyalty, you know, sacrifice for the ones that close to you, you know, like, it can't be any simpler than that. You know, a friend needs your help, you know, do what you can to help them, you know, sacrifice a little bit, you know. Okay, well, I can do that for you, but I gotta do this, you know, or I gotta do this, but I could do that, but if I do this, you know, just fuck it. If you can make it happen, go the extra mile to make it happen. Hopefully that makes sense. You know, sacrifice a little bit, you know. I'm not talking about just your kids here. I'm talking other people that are close to you, whether it be a family member, friend, you know, someone in your inner circle. You know, truth. Based on the society that we live in, the way it's structured, you know, you pretty much have to lie, you know. But if you tell the truth as you most possibly can, no one's going to own you, you know, like, no one's going to have anything on you. You know, you're free. So that, you know, the saying truth sets you free, well, that's pretty much what it means, you know. No one's, you'll never get caught in a lie, and that can't be used against you, you know, whether it be, I don't know, politically at work or just whatever. You know, which you put it all out there, and once you put it all out there, no one's got nothing on you. I think that's the best way I can explain that. You know, patience. Be patient. Be patient on when you decide something. Be patient that, you know, life is going to give you its fair due. You know, life is going to hand you fucking hard times and bullshit, but guess what? It's going to give you good times too. You can't have the good without the bad. There's no point getting upset about something bad happens. It's part of it. Accept it. Because guess what? When something good happens, do you bitch and complain because something good happened to you? Like, good things happen to us how many times a day? And also when something bad happens, fuck, just accept it. Like, okay, well, you know, yeah, there's a balance. You know, like, just accept it. You know, shitty things happen, bad things happen, unfair things happen. But they have to. Because there are good things. There are good times. You know? Oh, negatives and the positives. You know, that can be really hard to see at the time. You know, something really shitty happens or whatever, and you're like, oh, there's just nothing good coming out of this. You know? Well, sit down and just take a breath. Okay, the situation happened, it's bad, whatever. You know, and just think, if you can't find a solution, a positive outcome to whatever has happened in your life, tell yourself, okay, I can't think of anything positive at this moment, but have faith that down the line, you'll eventually realize a positive aspect of that situation. That you just have to kind of be patient and tell yourself, okay, it sucks right now. I can't see the positive side to this, but I know someday, eventually, this will make sense. You know, so at least tell yourself that. You know, that helps a lot. Because, you guys, how many times have you went, oh, shit, it's a good thing that happened to me last year. You know, or oh, it's a good thing that happened to me 2 days ago. You know, because just because you don't realize at the time, you know, give yourself some time, you know. Change what you can and manage and accept what you can't, okay? Like, this goes back to satisfying your needs, you know. If you look at, if, you know, there's something about you, your personality, the way you look, that you're not happy with, you know, for any reasons, so it's a need of yours to change that, and it can be changed, then change it, you know. But there's things about us that, whether it be the way we look, maybe just the way, maybe we have a mental, our mental capacity is limited in some kind of way, whether it be from an intellectual standpoint or social point, you know, there's certain things that we can change, you know, so just accept the fact that, okay, well, you know what, I can't change this. So just manage and accept those things. Very simple. And the final 12th commandment is, Shadow, what's the 12th commandment? Right? You gonna tell everybody? It is never settle. Now, there's a big difference between not settling and compromising. Okay? There's a big difference. But they both, what you want to achieve through compromising and not settling is you don't want to feel resentment. You don't, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to let yourself down. You don't want to, like, diminish yourself, your own self-worth. You know, I don't know how much more I can explain it better than that. Like in a relationship, like if your needs are not being met in a relationship, and then leave, get out of it, because it's only going to lead to resentment for the other person, resentment with yourself, you know, and that's pretty much it. You know, like, you know, everyone's going to have their different levels of settling and stuff. Like myself, I'm a little more hardcore. There are things I can settle without, it's all about not feeling resentment, you know, with someone else or with yourself. Like, that's all about it. I think that's it. That's it for so hopefully that explains a little more what this whole Knights of Krahm and 12 Commandments and tattoo, you know, what that explains. So hopefully that gives you a little more information on that. So that's it. And And this has been Scotty Smith for Krahm TV. I'm keeping it real. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Krahm bless you all.